A cause of addiction that often flies under the radar is an underlying mental health disorder. Some individuals have a mental health disorder that goes undiagnosed and undetected, but they're never able to put their finger on what exactly is different about them. Perhaps they feel down a lot of the time when peers their age act happier and more upbeat, or maybe they experience intense anxiety in social situations that shouldn't elicit that response. The symptoms that they experience as a result of their mental health disorder can easily lead them to want an escape or seek a change in their mood. If an individual has undiagnosed depression, they may feel down a lot of the time and be looking for a substance that makes them feel happier. If they have a mental health disorder such as bipolar, or they have many manic episodes, they might seek out a drug that brings them down to a calmer mood. As you can see, mental health disorders and addiction can have a pretty strong relationship to each other. In 2016, only 6.9% of adults with simultaneous mental and substance use disorders received adequate co-occurring treatment. The National Survey on Drug Use and Health found that 8.2 million American adults, or 3.4% of the population, has a mental illness and a substance use disorder. If you believe that you might have an underlying mental health disorder that has led you to self-medicate with drugs or alcohol, you need treatment that can successfully diagnose and treat both disorders. If you go to treatment and stop using drugs or alcohol, that is just one part of the problem. Going back home and having to continue to deal with the symptoms of an undiagnosed or untreated mental health disorder can lead you right back to using alcohol or drugs. But luckily, there are ways in which you can guarantee that you get the help you need. The first way is to start looking for drug and alcohol treatment rehab centers that specialize in co-occurring or dual diagnosis treatment, meaning they're able to treat both mental health and substance use disorders. It is important to go to treatment to the type of facility where you can be monitored and observed for symptoms of mental health disorders long after you've stopped using drugs or alcohol. The vast majority of treatment centers only treat substance use disorders. For those who have co-occurring mental health and substance use disorders, a treatment center that treats both is going to be the best option. Another thing that we want to add is that living with a mental health disorder is nothing to be ashamed of. A lot of stigma comes along with having a mental health disorder, but it shouldn't be that way. Even with one, you can live a fulfilling life. You do not have to continue to self-medicate with drugs and alcohol. Mental health disorders are one cause for addiction that many people don't think of. When you have a mental health disorder, it can distort the way that you perceive the world, and that alone can cause lots of uncomfortable symptoms. These symptoms can lead you to want to self-medicate with alcohol or drugs. The good news is that with the proper diagnosis, treatment plan, or maybe even medication, a person who suffers from a co-occurring disorder can get better and move on to genuinely enjoy their lives. If you have questions about mental health disorders or want more information, give us a call today. Please feel free to comment, like, or subscribe